Yo, what's up, guys? James Carter TV here to discuss the Monday Night Football game between the San Francisco 49ers and the St. Louis Rams. Now, this is a game that most people were expecting the 49ers to win, and as was I, but I considered the fact that this game could be closer than what some people were expecting, that the Rams could contest here. And yes, they're 1-3, and that appears to be a bad record. Now they're 1-4, but I know they're not that bad. I mean, this is a team that competes every year, and they'll have games like this where they'll come out and they'll compete and they'll surprise you and they may upset. And it appeared to be that case after the first quarter when they were up 14-0. That's right, 14-0. But even when I was watching that 14-0 and they were rolling early, I still had my suspicions. I still sat back and said, man, I still think the 49ers are going to come back and I think they're going to win this game. And I mean, lo and behold, they scored, 31, not 31 unanswered points, but they ended up outscoring the Rams 31-3 for the rest of the game. I mean, so that's basically scoring 31 unanswered points as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that Colin Kaepernick was on point today. This guy was dropping dimes to his receivers. Did you see that 80-yard pass to Brandon Lloyd? Brandon Lloyd, the 30-whatever-year-old man, streaking down the sideline, 80 yards, and Janoris Jenkins, who this guy, I always knew this guy's going to get in trouble because this guy loves to try to bite these routes and you're going to get in trouble. And he got in trouble today. The experience of Brandon Lloyd, and he showed the fact that he still has wings and that he can fly. And he flew down the sideline for 80 yards, and then that wasn't it. Colin Kaepernick threw a dime in the end zone later on to Vernon Davis for a touchdown, and Colin Kaepernick should have had another touchdown to Vance McDonald, but Vernon Davis decided to play the role of cornerback and prevented Vance McDonald from making that catch. So Colin Kaepernick ended with 2 touchdowns, should have had 3 on the evening. Absolutely great performance by him, and he was running the ball very well. When we see this 49ers offense, we know that they are capable of winning the Super Bowl, quite frankly. Now, they had a couple 4th down conversions. Actually, they weren't even conversions. I mean, they didn't convert on 4th down in the 4th quarter. That was kind of concerning to me. I mean, the running game with Frank Gore and Carlos Hyde was pretty much non-existent today. I mean, Carlos Hyde, this guy does not impress me at all. I'm saying absolutely nothing from Carlos Hyde, and that's concerning because these guys wasted a second-round pick on this guy. So I mean that's something that's a big deal. That Carlos Hyde did absolutely nothing today, and hopefully he plays better. And the Rams, on the other hand, I mean they were starting rookies finally. Greg Robinson, I mean this guy, it was supposed to be great. This guy hasn't even started a game. Now he starts his first game, and he played okay from what I saw. Aaron Donald, he was an okay force on the defensive line for the St. Louis Rams. They have a lot of rookies there, and it puts them in a very weird state as far as their franchise is concerned because they're not going to make the playoffs this season, okay? They're 1-4. They're in trouble. So does Jeff Fisher keep his job, or how patient are they in St. Louis? I guess we will find out in the upcoming months. If it were me, I don't know. I mean, they've been building this roster for 3 years now. I mean, what are you going to do? Austin Davis, almost said Austin Pettis. Austin Davis, I mean, this guy looked like a world beater in the first half and then looked terrible in the second half. It continues to be a tale of 2 halves for Austin Davis. He looked absolutely great in the first half against the Dallas Cowboys, looked absolutely awful in the second half against the Dallas Cowboys, looked absolutely awful in the first half against the Philadelphia Eagles, looked absolutely great in the second half against the Philadelphia Eagles. It looked absolutely great in the first half of this game and then looked awful in the second half of this game. So tale of 2 halves as far as Austin Davis is concerned, and that has to be concerning for the Rams because yet again, it doesn't appear as if these guys have found themselves a quarterback and And how are you going to find one? Are you going to draft one? And how long is that going to take? How long is it going to take for that draftee to play well? I mean, they really messed up years ago. When Jeff Fisher first took the job, they should have traded Sam Bradford. They should have had a clean slate at quarterback. That way now they'd have Robert Griffin III, who, yes, has proven to be injury prone, but if he's playing for the St. Louis Rams, who knows? Maybe his whole career would have been different. I mean, who knows? We can't play that theoretical game. But let's say they drafted Robert Griffin III. He's in year 3 right now, and they're going to be in a completely different position, because the fact of the matter is this: the only way you're going to get a quarterback in this NFL is by drafting one. Good free agents are not out there at quarterback position. The market is dry each and every year. So getting a quarterback is not going to be an easy thing, and you have to wait for them to develop. So the Rams are in a very, very bad state as a franchise, and they have promising talent, but they don't have talent at the one position where you need it, and that's the most important thing in the NFL. I mean, so that's just it. For the 49ers, these guys are showing why I picked them to go far, why I picked them to win the NFC West. They're back to playing the football, which I expect of them, and that's what I like to see. And remember, this is a team that beat Dallas. They're the only team in the NFL right now to beat the Dallas Cowboys. That is now a very good accomplishment on their resume. And they also beat Philadelphia as well. So they're the only teams to beat Philadelphia and to beat Dallas. So that is very impressive to add to their resume. And you have to keep that in mind. I'm going back to my prediction again. I picked them to go into the playoffs over Seattle. They haven't faced Seattle yet. That's going to be the real battle test. We'll see how they perform in that matchup. But I like the 49ers' chances. So now they're 4-2. Rams 1-4. Rams, it's time to start thinking about the future, because this season is over. Maybe 6-10. Maybe they pull out 6 wins. And I think that might be stretching it. I think right now 5-11, 6-10, that's their fate. And we'll see how things go. So until next time, James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.